The following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is a last chance match for the VCW Liberty Championship. Introducing first the challenger, hailing from Richmond, Virginia, weighing in at 191 pounds, Myron Malone.
He is a man on a mission. He is a paladin on a quest. Myron Malone has one last chance to achieve his destiny and win the VCW Liberty Championship. I am Jason Heaton alongside Brandon Metheny. For the last several months, Myron Malone has been nipping at the heels of the champion Commander King and has come so close, but just short to winning this title.
And his opponent, now residing at Mount Vernon, Virginia, weighing at 207 pounds, he is the reigning and defending VCW Liberty Champion, Commander King!
Myron Malone has one last chance, win, lose, or draw, to take the Liberty title off of Commander King. They have fought in a singles match. They have fought in tag team match. They have been a part of a triple threat match. And Commander King has said, not quite accurately, I've beaten Myron Malone 3-4 times already. This is the last chance Malone will get, and Malone has agreed. Malone going up against the man so impressive. He has 2 titles for names. More than a commander, more than a king, he is the Commander King. Pound for pound, possibly the strongest wrestler here in VCW, with the possible exception of Rex Lawless. Commander King has truly found himself. But can he dispel the threat of Myron Malone once and for all? Or when all the chips are down and everything is on the line, can Myron Malone get the job done?
Look, I understand Commander King's frustration here. He has beaten Myron Malone repeatedly, but Myron Malone's been close, and some of those wins were with some help, we'll say. So I think this is a very fair way to determine once and for all the better man, Myron Malone, or our Liberty champion, Commander King.
Myron Malone is a former champion here at VCW. He held the tag team titles with Alex Divine, Heaven Sent Kid. Since then, those gentlemen have gone their separate ways, and Myron Malone has been steadfast in the Liberty division. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Is tonight the night he gets to stand and say, I do, with the Liberty belt.
And Malone he makes a good point. He's been close. He's been right on the cusp. So he could be just one moment away, one big move away,
one
from
second
being
away,
one
count
yeah.
away.
Absolutely.
Understand Commander King's point as well. Commander King says he has proven he is the better man against Myron Malone multiple times. He's ready to move on to new challenges and new opportunities.
And it's interesting, you see there's not really a feeling out period here because both men know each other. They're just standing across the ring, staring at each other, seeing who's going to blink first.
Well, apparently our audience only knows one man who's ever worn a tri-corner hat, and it is Captain Crunch.
Apparently, that's perhaps a damning indictment of some of the schools in this area. But Commander King showing, I mean,
you
look,
said it, but I meant it.
I'm from here, I'm allowed to say that. Commander King, though, has been a fighting champion. He has won these matches, sometimes by hook or by crook, but he has kept that title by beating all who have come onto him.
But tonight it's one-on-one. You'll notice there is no big AC, there is no Cassius Cash Carter. Both men out of competition right now, which leaves Commander King on his own, having to rely on nothing but himself, but we've actually seen Commander King rise to that occasion and prove he can not only win, but win decisively without any help. Maybe he's never needed it.
Absolutely, and it's interesting to see how fast Commander King not only escaped from that maneuver that Myron was trying, but got out of the ring. Clearly knows Myron Malone so well, knew what was being attempted, and just got out of dodge.
Well, Commander King wants to slow Myron Malone down. Commander King, maybe, as I mentioned, one of the strongest pound-for-pound wrestlers in the roster, but Myron Malone, one of the swiftest, one of the fastest. The best way to shut Myron Malone down is to cool him down right up at the start of the match.
Right, and this sort of staying on the outside, frustrating Malone, not letting him get that momentum, is very, very smart wrestling by Commander King.
Myron Malone is looking to find his identity as a singles wrestler. He has been a tag team specialist most of his career, looking to show the world and himself that he can find the same glory and rise to the same heights as a solo act.
And again, he's come close. He's really got the skill. He's got the talent. It's can he put it all together for that one defining moment.
Myron Malone looks to prove that he can be the center of attention, the spotlight superstar of VCW.
Nothing proves that more than some gold around your waist.
Gold catches the light, that is for certain.
Myron Malone grappling with Commander King here, which is very interesting. Not an
Not just
expensive.
grappling, patting the man on the head, looking to out-wrestle Commander King. We usually see a very flashy, fast-paced style of Myron Malone, and yet again, Commander King goes to the outside to shut it down.
Absolutely. And Myron Malone has to be careful here. If he wins this match by countout, he gets the W, but he doesn't get the title.
And this is the last chance.
Yeah.
It's not a question of can Myron Malone beat, or if he is defeated, he doesn't get another shot. It is win, lose, or draw. Myron Malone loses this match, he does not get another chance at Commander King as long as he is the VCW Liberty Champion.
Commander King staying on the outside, not wanting to be part of Myron Malone.
We gotta wonder whether or not this is Commander King trying to run down the clock.
It could be. Again, if he loses by countout, that's fine by him. He's still a champion.
He retains the title, and he fends off the threat of Myron Malone evermore. Myron's going to have to, at some point, really bring the fight to Commander King and stay on him so that King can't roll to the outside, or Myron will have to take the bait and go to the outside. Clearly, both men think that would be an advantage for Commander King.
Absolutely. Myron Malone needs to be proactive, not reactive in this match. That's the key here. He needs to bring the offense to Commander King, try to put Commander King on his heels, and take him off balance. And that is how Myron Malone can win this match. This slow-paced, methodical, very, very carefully plotted out sort of match, that plays to every strength Commander King has.
A slugfest will lean in the direction of Commander King, but ultimately, if it's the only way to keep King in the ring, Myron may have to engage in this kind of combat for a while until he can speed things up. And for the third time, it's so transparent. As soon as Myron Malone achieved any kind of successful offense, King rolls to the outside and shuts it down.
Absolutely. I don't think the Commander King even tried to counter that arm drag. He just was focused on as soon as he hit the mat, boom, roll out of the ring.
At what point does Myron Malone say, to heck with it, I'm going to follow this man out and let the chips fall where they may?
I mean, he better do it relatively soon. Referee at a 6 count already.
Well, Commander King made the mistake of not looking at his opponent, even on the outside. The dive catches Commander King straight in his barrel chest. Mission accomplished. That was a portmanteau of missile and mission.
Yes, I got it.
Mission accomplished.
Yes, sounds very French. It's very nice. But Myron Malone picking up a chair for a moment there. That would have been a very poor decision.
Recognizing that Malone can't let his emotions get the better of him, has to win this match. Cannot survive this match, has to win the match.
Yeah, to be clear, he has to put Commander King's shoulders to the mat or make him tap out. Those are the two ways that he wins the championship. Otherwise, it doesn't happen.
Got to pay attention to count 2. Right now, we're up to 5. Wait.
It's a lot of chest to chop on Commander King. Beautiful done by Myron Malone.
Yeah, it's a pretty big target. hard to miss.
But the referee now up to 8, it looks like, 7 or 8.
And Myron Malone, rolling king in the ring.
Myron Malone needs to get himself back in the ring, gonna break this count. There we go.
Malone with the first attempted cover of the match. Only one. We are in for the long haul, it seems. Neither man has gained a significant advantage.
Well, I think it's because both men know each other so well. They are seeing 3 moves ahead. They're seeing the real chess match here. They know what the other one likes to do, and they're trying to shut down before it even starts.
Myron starting to win over the VCW fans. We're going to see if that is able to help enhance his competitive advantage.
Hey, in a match that is this evenly paced, that little bit of momentum can make all the difference in the world.
Take the home team advantage if you are able to. It's not going to get in the head of Commander King. He has gotten so much more focus over the last several months. He has really blossomed into a champion. King now on the outside yet again.
Drawing in Myron Malone. And laying in those forearms across the chest.
Just a battering ram to the pecs.
Driving the air out of Myron Malone, and now, oh, a neck breaker across that top rope. That's gotta hurt, Jason.
So effective. Everything Commander King does damage. We are talking maximum HP on every strike. He is wearing down Myron Malone far quicker than Malone is wearing down King.
Yeah, Commander King's ring IQ is just off the charts. Everything he does, exactly as you said, it has a purpose, it has an intention. Another neck breaker there, just focusing on that one damaged body part.
It worked on the outside, so he's going back to it. He is building momentum, he's capitalizing, and look at that, great positioning. Commander King shifted to make sure he had a full body between himself, the ropes, and Myron Malone.
Absolutely. And no wasted motion. Commander King showing why he's a champion here. But Myron Malone showing impressive resilience here. That neck breaker, especially the one off of the top rope there, could very easily have won this match. And Malone's still staying in. He's in a bad way, but he is staying in this match.
When Malone is at his best, he is fast, he is furious, he allows for non-stop combination offense. We have not seen that once yet in this contest. There's been moments, glimpses, glimmers, where Malone has out-wrestled Commander King, but he has not outfought the man at one point yet.
Here, well, to your point, Jason, I think this plays to, just 2 count there, pretty much. This plays to what was clearly Commander King's strategy. Anytime Malone gets offense, get out of the ring, and then find your spots and take them, and it's clearly working for Commander King right now.
Well, break the rhythm. The cadence of a wrestler is very unique and individual. People operate at different tempos. If you are able to force the match to operate at your rhythm, you can really flummox your opponent. We're seeing that right now. Wait a second. And Commander King was able to reverse it. Some of the more high-impact offense we've seen so far from Commander King.
So those powerful hips delivering that suplex over. This could be it. 1, 2.
Those hips don't lie, and they say, Myron Malone, you are in check, soon to be checkmate.
Myron Malone getting out of that pin, but really in a bad way right now. You saw him right there, and if you saw it, Jason, looking at his hands, making sure I think he still had full control. When he landed on the back of his neck and his head, he's taking a lot of damage there.
Myron has been bludgeoned from pillar to post. From base to bootstrap, one might say. He has been taking a beating, and now Commander King going to his favorite place, outside the ring. Wait a second, Myron Malone waking up, knows that he is fighting in the deep end with the Sharks.
Yeah, I think he recognized the danger he was in out there and started trying his best to fight back, but a slugfest with Commander King isn't going to go very well.
Malone literally cannot win on the outside. There's zero advantage whatsoever for Malone to be on the outside. Now we're going to see whether or not Commander King can actually use the architecture of the ring to his advantage.
Yeah, I think we know the answer to that question. Commander King.
Big leg drop right on the base of the skull, the top of the spine.
I mean, we talked about ring IQ before. Knowing how to use the ring, knowing what to do when you need to do it. That's ring IQ.
Lateral press, and Myron Malone being forced to use all his remaining stores of energy just to get out of the pinning predicament.
I mean, I don't think it's controversial to say that Commander King has dictated the pace of this match thus far.
No, but notice there was a bit of a wobble to the step of Commander King. I'm not sure what damage has been done, whether it's been to his hips, whether it's been to his legs, but Commander King didn't look fully steady getting to his feet.
I mean, this match is taking a toll on both men. It's been going on for over 11 minutes now, so seeing both men really showing what they've got in the tank and how big that tank is.
Myron Malone reversing, and maybe it is issue with the hips, given that's what you need to have access to control the suplex. It all comes from the hips, Brandon.
It absolutely does, and if Commander King's having a problem with those hips, if he's gotten dinged in some way, if he's got a stinger perhaps, that's really, really very dangerous for him. A lot of his offense requires that full body, that core power. If he doesn't have it, that cuts off a lot of avenues for him.
Both men are struggling, but Myron Malone closer to his feet on the outside of the ring. Is that for respite, or is that for strategic advantage?
He seems to be trying to climb the ropes. Maybe, or just holding stuff. No, he is actually, in fact, climbing the ropes. I'm not sure this is the wisest strategy. It's taking him an awfully long time.
With that said, this is something that Commander King will not do. This is something only Myron Malone will bring to this fight, and therefore it might be worth it. But Commander King, up to his feet, intercepts.
Simply too much damage, just taking too long there. I understand Malone's thought process there. That's where his biggest shots come from. But you got to make sure you can get there and actually do it for it to matter.
This may turn into a very significant negative experience for Myron Malone if Commander King is able to launch Myron from that second rope.
Myron holding on quite literally for dear life.
Myron Malone committed to this course of action, and he's got to make it work. He's got to make it pay off. Otherwise, it was an unforced error.
Commander King throwing those open-handed slaps to the spine. Gotta believe, oh dear!
Unfortunately, error it was. Superplex from the second rope. Commander King to Myron Malone, and both men are down, but it looks like Malone is out.
Yeah, Malone definitely got the worst of this. The question is, I mean, both men have been so worn down. I'm not sure Commander King can take advantage.
Commander King crawling over, seeing if he can try and push Myron over. Usually you shoot the half, but instead it's only a draped arm, and that was the answer to Myron Malone's prayers. All he had to do was turn the shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the weight that Commander King has, if he gets full body press on that, this match is certainly over, but because there wasn't that...
Well, I saw you instinctually reach for the ring bell there, believing that we were about to see the fall. Commander King feels the same way. This is the first time we have seen Commander King off his mental game. He's lost the focus on Myron Malone. He thought that was it.
Track's definitely beginning to show. He should turn around and focus on the man he's fighting, not the man in the striped shirt.
This has been incredible competition, and now the super kick draped, falling into place. Can he take advantage? He does, but it's not enough. Myron is going to have to work harder and faster than this.
I mean, but Jason, Commander King getting his shoulder up with a tenth of a second at most until that 3 count. That was extremely close. That was the closest we've seen to seeing Commander King's title reign at.
Commander King is proving that he has the tenacity of a champion. If there was ever any doubt, given the way that he has carried himself over the last year, perhaps he has grown into the role he's found himself in.
And suddenly, this match seeming much more even than it was just a few moments ago.
Myron Malone now standing eye to eye with Commander King, but only for a second.
I mean, Myron Malone tapping this thing deep within himself to get this offense. Commander King inviting the punch, perhaps regretting that now.
But is King baiting Myron into a slugfest, into a punch fest, a boxing match that Myron can't possibly hope to win?
Myron took that punch while he's still on his feet. I'm not sure he can take many more of those, but he's still up for now.
Multiple forearms in a row. Myron Malone giving it all he's got. And even though King tried to block the kick, well, Myron hit it, but on the way down, just enough fighting spirit for the lariat to take Myron Malone down too.
Yeah, the ropes did most of the work on that. Commander King just stuck his arm out. Both men, I mean, that was a
with a lever, I could move the world. He had the leverage. He used gravity as his tag team partner. That is a handicap match that is legal here in this contest.
And Commander King, again, ring IQ, using what's around him, doing all the things that shows why he's a great champion. But Myron Malone, I think certainly has the advantage right now, needs to press it.
Both men on their knees, can't even get to their feet, can't get to a vertical base. This has become a battle of attrition.
Both men showing incredibly impressive cardio out there, able to keep this going. Still a lot of pep behind those punches.
Particularly in the case of Myron Malone. There is a little bit of extra snap in the step of Myron Malone. Maybe not what we expected in a strike exchange between King and Malone.
Both men fighting to their feet now. King getting up around for the moment.
Well,
Malone staying on his feet though.
Those were some stronger shots by Commander King. He needed to get to that vertical base.
Commander King taking too long for the go to the crowd. Another kick to under the chin by Myron Malone.
Can Myron Malone turn it around? Can he take advantage? Myron Malone does it! Find your light!
Commander King going for that lariat again.
And it has been the refrain of the song every time Myron Malone gets close. Commander King worms his way to the outside and stops the momentum cold.
I will say, Jason, I think Commander King may have been unconscious that time, but you're absolutely right. This was Commander King's game plan coming in, and he has executed.
We've seen it too many times for me to feel it was anything other than intentional. He knows that Myron Malone can't beat him inside the ring. He can't beat him outside the ring. Maybe he's very worried that Myron Malone will beat him in the ring.
In that moment, I certainly would have been.
Malone once again going for
something, it doesn't matter what. Commander King.
The suicide dive, unfortunately, countered.
Right into the fist of Commander King on that one. And Malone, he may be out. The rope's just kind of hanging him right now.
He is hung out to dry. He is prone and he is vulnerable and about to be victimized by the much stronger and maybe more brutal Commander King.
And King driving the spine of Myron Malone into the ring post.
Into the steel ring post, the actual hardest part of the ring, the support structure for the entire ring. And here we go, the strategy laid bare. Commander King saying, count him out. He dumped Myron Malone to the outside when he wanted to bait him the entire time. This has been Commander King's strategy from moment one in this match, Brandon.
What a shame this would be.
Lure the opponent to the outside, do the damage, and then not allow him to get back in. We've seen it from the jump. It took this long for Malone to take the bait, and Malone gets in.
With a moment to spare.
If that. But has the damage been done? Is the back compromised in a way that completely negates all of the offense that Myron Malone brings to the party? What's the good of having dip if you don't have chips, Brandon? What's the good of having kicks if you can't use legs?
That's a good question, but it may not matter right here. Oh, a backbreaker, just rattling that spine once again.
And only one. Myron Malone showing why he is that glitter drizzle. Why I have referred to him as the sauce savant. This is the man we know as the tickest of tops, the hype supreme. He knows how to find his light, and he is looking for it right now. But right now, Commander King lifting to failure out the back door. It's Myron Malone.
Myron Malone sent him to the ropes. Another counter looking into a sleeper hold.
Looking to put Myron Malone to bed. Good night. And not only Myron Malone, his championship hopes and dreams. Let's not forget, Myron Malone fighting not just for the title, but this is his last chance at it. This has been a clinic by both of these men. Not only a physical game, but a game of mental one-upsmanship between Myron Malone and Commander King. As King has tried to bait Myron onto the outside, and Myron has stepped up. Wait, spotlight flight! Spotlight flight! Wait a second. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, the 20-minute time limit has expired. This match is a draw. Therefore, still the VCW Liberty Champion, Commander King.
Congratulations, partner. I think you just made yourself the most hated man in this room by calling time on this match. And that means, despite not losing, Myron Malone, his championship dreams have slipped through his fingers. Wait, you're asking for 5 more minutes.
Myron Malone would like 5 more minutes. I mean, if both competitors agree to it, we can do it.
This is a 20-minute time limit. They fought their best fight. Myron Malone wants 5 more minutes, and Commander King the offer's on the table.
Certainly Myron wants it. Commander King considering it.
The Commander King has the opportunity to show everyone exactly who he is and what kind of champion he is. Beat Myron Malone, fair and square, 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring.
Commander King, I think, knew that Myron Malone had the upper hand there.
Commander King is turning it down. We are seeing exactly the kind of man Commander King is. And now Myron Malone.
I think the gravity of the moment has hit him that this was his last chance, and he didn't win the title.
Up the river without a paddle, no life vest, no Superman to come make the save. Myron Malone. I mean, there's other championships to chase, but this has been his dream and his mission, and he is empty-handed, and he does not get another shot. What an incredible display of heart and grit by Myron Malone. This is not the end of his story, only a very sad end to this chapter.